I'm going to share just a really quick story with you guys, and I think it'll be a great undertone to where we're going as far as this training call tonight. So when I was in high school, I was playing basketball during basketball practice, and my finger, I don't know what this is. I think it's my index finger. It's the finger next to my middle finger, but the one that's closest to my thumb. All right, so I was playing basketball, and my finger, that finger, I don't know if anybody ever dislocated or I forget the term it was called, but I believe it was dislocated. But it was zigzagged. My finger, my index finger, was zigzagged in 3 different directions, right? It went one way, boom. It went the other way, boom. And then it went the other way, boom. My little old finger. And the interesting thing about it is that it didn't really hurt. The only time my finger hurt, although it was going in a zigzag, the only time it really hurt, anybody who's ever dislocated anything knows exactly what I'm going to say. It didn't hurt until I looked at it. I can look away at it, and it will feel fine. But when I looked at it, oh, my gosh, that hurt. That hurts. I had to look at it to see that it hurts. Well, as the story goes on, eventually the dean of my school at the time, and if you're wondering how did I have a dean in high school, I had a dean in college also, but I also had a dean in high school because I went to a private school, right? I went away to school for my last 2 years of high school. So the dean gets me and my buddies in the car, and we drive to the hospital. In the hospital, we're waiting for the doctor. I'm still fine, but remember, it doesn't hurt until I look at it. So that whole thing is going on while we're waiting for the doctor. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't. Oh, what happened to my finger? It hurts, so it doesn't hurt. All right, so now eventually we get there, and the doctor is there, and about 5 seconds in to me being in the presence of the doctor says, "What's going on?" He said, "What's going on?" And guess what I did? I showed him. I showed him my finger, and as everybody already knows, my finger at that time, it was zigzagged in 3 different directions. So he said, "What's going on?" I didn't say anything. I just showed him. I raised my hand, and I showed him my finger. And again, it was zigzagging. Wham, wham, wham. And as I'm looking at it, I start screaming again, like, oh, my gosh, it hurts. What does this have to do with asking questions? The shallow individual is thinking, oh, well, he asked what was wrong, and you showed it to him. Nope, that's not the question. That's not the purpose of me sharing this story. The purpose is what I'm about to say now. So he asked me, what is wrong? What's going on? I showed him my finger, but here's what happened. Here's what happened. He grabs my finger, my hand, and he says, what happened here? What happened? And before I can even tell him what happened, he popped my finger in all 3 different locations back to a straight finger. So he said, what's going on? I showed it to him. He grabs my hand, and he says, oh, what is going on here? And he said, pop, 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 pop. And my finger was straight again. Now, the point that I'm going to stress to you guys during this time that we're here together is some of us are wasting. No, let me change that. Let me be more accurate. too many of us are wasting time with the wrong people. You have two choices. You're either going to tell them what they need, or you're going to find out what they need. It's two options. You guys got that? You're either going to tell them what they need, or you're going to find out what they need. All right, now this is important here, and I'm dead serious when I'm telling you guys this. If you're sold on telling people what they need, this call is not for you. However, for those of you that want to figure out some ways where we can find out what they need, I want you to get your pen and papers ready. Like, I don't care if you have a legal pad, like one of those yellow legal pads, and get your pen and pencil out, and let's make some money. Let's monetize on this information. I do want to remind everybody of the action item that we had from last week. All right, action item we had from last week was you needed to do 7 3-ways. Right? We needed to do 7 3-ways. You needed to bridge a prospect in with someone else. Right? And that's what we call a 3-way. You bring a prospect, you introduce a prospect to one of your teammates, one of your trainers, one of your sponsors. So I'm interested to know, did anybody do 7 3-ways between last Wednesday and today? Did you do 7 3-ways? If you're in the if you're in the MIT group, I want you to go run right now and let me know if you got 7 3-ways, minimum 7, since last Wednesday. All right, so back to today. Okay, so we got to find out remember what I said, too many of us are wasting time with the wrong people. Okay, so let's do it. We got to ask questions. We have to ask questions. Why are we asking questions? We're asking questions so that we can determine if and how we can help someone, right? What is it? It's problems, and then there's solutions, right? We're looking for people who have a problem that we can solve. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Maybe I'll tweet that tonight. We are looking for people that have a problem that we can solve. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for people who have a problem that we can solve. Now, I want to be very clear now, right? Because just because somebody contacts you, just because somebody calls you from your business card, or just because somebody calls you from a flyer that you put out, or just because somebody called you because someone referred them to you, right? Just because that Just because they call you doesn't mean that you can help them. Doesn't mean that you can solve their problem. Doesn't mean that at all. Right? So what do we have to do? We have to start asking questions. The best way to control a conversation is the person who asks the questions. That's why when you notice, if you ever lose control in a conversation, and we all know when we lose control in a conversation with a prospect, we lose control the minute the prospect starts asking the questions. They may say, it doesn't always have to be as drastic as, wait, let me ask you a few questions, right? Because I have a few prospects that'll do that, and sad days is when they do that, right? Because I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that, right? Wait, come on. No, we have websites for that, right? For that type of attitude, I have a website I can give you. But if this is my time that I'm using to talk to you, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we got to ask questions. Hey, how are you doing today? Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Right? What type of coverage do you have right now? Right? What type of benefits do you have right now? Are you working right now? Oh, you are working right now? Oh, you have a full-time job right now. Okay, well, why are you looking to earn extra income then? So you're just looking for a supplementary income. Are you looking for a supplementary income, or are you looking for a career change? Oh, you're not working right now? How long have you been out of work for? How long has it been? Oh, you're a security guard. Oh, how's that working? Do you like that? Is that what you plan on retiring with? Is that your dream job? When's the last time you went to the dentist? Are you in any type of pain right now? Do you have any old medical bills? I noticed that you were interested in our vision plan. Do you wear designer frames or do you wear eye contacts?